I'm back. First things first, William Bell. Back to the training, back to the reading, studying. I'll be going through the dogmatics again, Lutheran dogmatics, and responded to William Bell. I think it was about a month ago, probably longer, I called in William's show, challenged him to debate on the judgment, and then he responds to something completely different. A piece I wrote on 1 Corinthians chapter 6, and how that's devastating for the full preterist, corporate body, individual body, but especially the corporate body view. It devastates. And he was going there to do the best he could. I brought that same text up on Travis Finley's, I'll put the link in there, Travis Finley's podcast. It was on there years ago. And I brought that up in our discussion. And he pretty much did what William Bell did. Well, this is the church committing fornication with Judaism. Well, I listened to William Bell as much as I could stomach before I was going to vomit. Took notes, have them at home. So listen to his first video. He did 2 videos, I think. Listened to, and I got notes on the first 20 minutes, and it was just devastating. I just easily refuted. Exegetical fallacies he's committing, just atrocious. So I didn't bother with it. I just didn't bother with anything for the last while. But first things first, respond to William. Sit down, listen to both videos, and respond to him on it. Even though he wouldn't respond to me, he says in the video, I called in a show, and he would respond to me. Well, I responded. After I called in the show later that afternoon, I messaged William Bell. He didn't message me back on the judgment. Instead he ignores me completely. My challenge to debate on the judgment, he completely pushes that aside and responds to an article, a little piece I had floating around there on 1 Corinthians 6 and the resurrection in full preterism, and how 1 Corinthians 6 destroys full preterism, because it does. And so we're going to refute William Bell. What I heard so far, this is not going to be take a lot of work. So the next couple days, I'll be buckling down, and we'll give a response. And I'd like to give a written response as well, if possible. But yeah, that's first things first. That, and just keep going through Pieper's dogmatics on soteriology. I bought their months back about 8 different Lutheran dogmatics, Lutheran systematics, you can say, or dogmatics. So I have quite a bit of back reading to do. I was reading Pieper's volume 2 of his systematic, which is very good on soteriology. Yeah, but that's it. We'll respond to William Bell. We'll refute William Bell, and yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see if he actually... See, he didn't respond to me on the judgment, so I'm going to do all this work, and he's not going to respond to me at all, I don't think. Because he can't. Because what I heard, it was just atrocious. The church corporate body was committing fornication with Judaism. It wasn't an individual man in chapter 5 that took his father's wife that Paul is rebuking. In chapter 6, when he says your body's not for fornication, no, he's not talking about sexual immorality, as in the man, i.e. the man taking his father's wife. No. It's corporate Israel, or whatever. They're the church committing fornication with Judaism. That's Travis Finley. That was his desperation, and that's William Bell's. So that's why I didn't think it was worthy of a response, because it was so retarded what I was listening to, what the lengths people will go to defend their doctrine. They will not do exegesis. They'll just make stuff up. And so we're going to pop that bubble of William Bell